Today, we are doing another live stream. Amazeballs. So, what is happening, my friends? And you are our friends. Oh, I got a perfume in today, but I was doing that Maison Versace video, so I mean, it literally came when I was fucking filming the video. So I'll be doing the unboxing tomorrow. Certain people know what it is. It's a vintage classic, a very rare beast, if you will. And even if you won't. Oh! So, how are we doing? Is it the girl on? It's not. It's not the girl on, no. Good guess, though. Sorry, I'm just texting me mate back. I've got sore feet. I've just made another sale. I've sold a few fragrances in the last couple of days. I shall inform you, as I have been informing you over these past weeks, of what has been going and coming. You know, I have sold Kenzo Jungle Homme. I have sold Tiffany for Men. I think I'd said that the last time, hadn't I? What else have I sold? What else have I sold? No Paroli, not 100 ml of Most Panache. I sold Midnight in Paris. Eau de Toilette. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. It's unfortunate. It's sad. Excuse me, but I don't love it. It's as simple as that. I don't love it. I never have. I bought it for 30 quid and I sold it for 120. So that was a boon, don't you think? I think. 120 quid. You can't you can't argue. You can't get around. So I have sold now. Oh, I'll tell you what else I've sold as well. Iris Fauve by oh, fuck me, what they called? Atelier des Ors. I'm currently waiting for payment on the Van Cleef & Armpits. So, oh dear, excuse me. That's where I'm at as far as sales is concerned. Another one on the list, but I have managed to add another one as well, so they come and go. The seller I bought from this time included a sample of Eau Duel. I've got diptyque samples coming out my fucking ears. You know what I mean? God. For some reason I've started yawning. I'm getting messages on my phone. I don't want that. What's this? Someone tried to steal the Punisher's dog. Don't steal people's dogs. Okay. Hello, DJ. Hello, Dushan. Paroli. Juro. Stephs. Michael John. Robin. Pradeep. Pradeep, I finally got back to you today. I emailed you. Benji, welcome. DJ sold his first ever fragrance on eBay. What did you sell? Benji is wearing Muscat Abajur and he misses the old formulation. Yeah, it's awful when it happens. Dushan is wearing a Zaro Porom. A Zaro. I need to sell my stuff on eBay, but I'm scared of getting scammed. Oh, yeah. Scammed on eBay. Have you tried selling them to your friends? That's what I find. I always give like certain people first refusal, like usually Greggy Boy, because it's just easier dealing with him, you know. And he's a mate. And I know he's like, if there's any problems, we can just sort it out. You know what I mean? Oof. It's easier dealing with your mates than it is with Joe Public. Somebody sent me some Slumberhouse Jake. And I think it's absolutely useless. A Jeke. Jake. Jeek. Very Jeek of it. Shite? It's shite. Like, who says this bloke's fucking good? Shit. Giro says, Mazzolari Louis is your scent of the day. Dirty, ambery, musky patch goodness that I rarely wear in public. What did I wear today? I wore Antace. That is right, I wore Antace. Today was cold enough. Do you know what I was thinking today? Jesus has just crept up on us, right? It's the fucking second of Thursday, Jesus. It's the 2nd of February today. There's only what? 1, 2, 3, 3.5 weeks left of winter for my rotation, you know. How did that happen? Hello, Paolo. It's nice. It's nice to see Paolo in the chat. Paolo is being more visible these days. It's nice. We like that. Lane? Is it Lane or Lane? I purchased a Chanel Les Exclusives on eBay, 200ml. I got it. It leaks a little bit from around the atomizer. Is this common or bad? It smells amazing. If it smells amazing, it's probably real. If it's leaking, unless they said it was leaking, you can return it. Is that special day that happens in February this month? Well, Super Bowl day. I don't even watch American football. I don't know why I try to say it. I try. It's always late here when you and Ram do a live stream. I know. It's nice to see you posting more videos as well, Paolo. Like, you've posted more than you have been. Oh, excuse me. Went to the dentist yesterday. And she looked at my wound. Quack. Hello, Moz. Yes, excuse me. The dentist looked at my wound yesterday in my mouth and she said, that's healing nicely. And she was like, with the nature of the medication you're on, she was like, it's going to heal slower. So she was like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack this self-dissolving resin in. And I was like, ooh. So she put this self-dissolving resin in my wound. I like the word wound. And apparently that's just going to keep it covered, prevent any dry socket, which is apparently agonizing. Prevent dry socket. and just give it a little clean out. It's rare as duck's teeth. Quack. And now my mouth is well on its way. It's not hurting as much. The resin stopped it from... I had toothache, some chronic earlier this week. And I've also had a gum shield made because I've been grinding my teeth. Which is not ideal. You don't want to be grinding your teeth. Steph says, Mitch, hearing good things about Versace Man, and it's a good tobacco scent. Any thoughts I can pick one up for 160 USD? Pass. Ask Ramsey. I'm not overly familiar with that one. I imagine Ramsey knows more about it than I do. You know, you say that about a lot of things. But I imagine Ramsey knows more about that, particularly that particular fragrance. Teeth grinding, Mitch, are you on the Mandy? Unfortunately not. I've always been a bit of a teeth grinder, to be honest. Robin says, that's a high price for that Versace. I thought that as soon as you said it. Has it been discontinued? Like, that's a lot. 160 USD. That's more than retail, isn't it? Sorry, I'm playing with my Lone Star memories. I want to try and wear this week. You can get plenty of stuff. Way too much for a Versace. I thought that as well. Infinitely better for 160. Yeah, I didn't want to shit on your parade, like, and I'm not usually one to not offer an opinion, but yikes, 160 quid. JJ, I know. 160. What do you think, JJ? $160 for a Versace Man? That'll make you grind your teeth. That made me grind my teeth a little bit there. Clench my jaw a bit. Rich, you should get some Botox into your muscles. Ooh. Do you know, I've never liked the idea of Botox. Excuse me, the chair's doing all sorts. That's what I said, yikes. I've always been a bit worried about Botox. It's like the most poisonous substance known to man. One cell can kill thousands of people, apparently. One cell can produce enough toxin to kill thousands and thousands of people, or hundreds of people, or something crazy. You know, it's something ridiculous, like 10,000 times more fucking lethal than fucking cyanide. I sold LDDM, wrong move. Maison Rabachi is a terrible house, all very uninteresting, says Bry. Yes! If I'm being honest, yes. In the main, sorry, Rabachi. Sorry about that, Rabachi, but yeah, they're pretty average at best. I'm going to try the rose one and the patchouli one on my skin. You can swerve that house, frankly. To be fair, the prices aren't that bad compared to some niche houses. You know, they're half the price of Parfums de Marly now. Paulo says, I tried Peau d'Espagne decades ago. I loved it. I've got to get my hands on one of these Peau d'Espagnes. But fucking Santa Maria Novella are complete bitches when it comes to their samples. I bought the sample set and I was like, ooh, the patchouli will hopefully be in there. The vetiver one will hopefully be in there. The leather one will hopefully be in there. None of them. Not a bit of it. I got a freestanding sample of the iris, which was a floral iris, but it didn't reinvent the wheel, which you're going to have to do if you're trying to sell an iris, because it's a stocked market. But it was just a floral kind of, do you know the floral aspect of honey? Take the floral aspect of honey without that deep ambery sweetness, right? And then transpose it onto an irisy base. That's what the Lyris. DJ just saying my name. JJ Santa Marina Vela is available here, but its strange Pot Espana is not available. JJ saying that Pot Espana, you don't need a vintage. I like the sound of that. I would always try and get a vintage, because at this point, I'm always trying to get a vintage of everything. Do you know what I mean? But don't get us wrong. I do have this theory, and I don't want to say I'm wedded to it, but I have faith in it. Do you know what I mean? That whichever version you smell first of something is going to be your favorite. If you smell if I bought a bottle of Pot Espana and I smelled it, it's like Knisa 10. It's like Knisa 10. This is a modern version of Knisa 10. I've heard people who've got the vintage of this say that the modern is shit. I love the modern, and it's the only one I've smelled. Right? So that's all about context. You know what I mean? I would love to smell the vintage, so I must admit. I can't imagine. Excuse me, I've nearly just. I'm inclined to agree with Rich with only a small handful of exceptions. Yeah, I would even say there's exceptions to that as well. That Bois d'Argent cologne. I love Knisa 10. It's awesome. That Bois d'Argent cologne. Wow. I love the EDP, but the cologne is outrageously good. Sent the day is Monsieur. Produces, I think, Knisa 10 shite. It's a vintage leather, amber kind of thing. You know what I mean? I do hope that the lighting of this is okay, because, right, it looks extremely dark from where I am. So, buccal fat removal is the worst, says JJ. I don't know what that means. That could do with any fat being removed at the minute. I think it depends how you look before I've full chubby cheeks. It wouldn't hurt me, but like, I'd rather spend all my money on other stuff like my retirement. Is Knisa 10 or Gold Edition similar to Queer Canage? That is not a bad comparison, you know. It's got a similar leathery note to it. There's differences, big differences. Obviously, this is packed full of iris and African orange flower, which I usually hate. I hate white florals. That African orange flower is, me and that don't get on, except in this. There's always exceptions. And this is one. This is the exception that proves the rule. It's fucking glorious. Oh. So you've got this buttery IBQ, what I understand to be IBQ kind of leather thing going on. And yes, now you mention it, they are similar. I've got 700 mils of this, apart from what I've used. What did I wear today? I wore on Taste today, which has also got that kind of leathery little number going in. Keep hassling Eugene to do this top 10 leather fragrances that we should do. Get Galen involved as well. Get a few people. That would take hours. Be a good little video, that. Oh, nice choice. If there's one of those major chipmunk cheeks, it would work. Evening, Rich and Fragrance friends. Scent of the day, Complicated Shadows by 4,160 Tuesdays. Complicated Shadows. Like hand puppets. Lighting looks fine to me, thank God. Bois d'Aris by Van Cleef and Arpels is twins with Bois d'Argent, says Paolo. I've noticed, I don't think they're twins, but they are similar. There's definitely some sort of, I don't want to say reference, but there's like, they're holding hands, you know? Interference says, hey, Rich, the lighting's good. Good, I am glad. Lanny says, I absolutely love my current number 5 Chanel EDT. I've been wearing it almost every night to the next day. It gets so beautiful smelling. Joe, just finished watching a review of those final 4 Versace. Yikes. The 2 Roussels in this the 2 Roussels in these 4, is it Bois d'Enfant? That's not Bois d'Enfant. That's Musc Panache. Bois d'Enfant was done by Karine Chevalier. So, Musc Panache and Joyeux Osmont. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I do beg your pardon. Woof. I always get a little bit worried when I sneeze because I keep feeling like my back's going to go. If you've ever had a bad back, you'll know exactly what I mean. Vintage Knees 10 is also on the searching for list. I imagine that stuff just simmers away nicely for years on end. You know what I'm saying? I imagine that stuff just gets better and better as it gets older. It doesn't have a lot of top notes as it is, you know? Goma being a little closer to Knees 10 and in my opinion a bit more refined. Goma is glorious. Goma is a Joma. Bit like Gemma with an O. Oh, I know, I love my 2010 bottle. What about Slimane remaking the Dior era shtick and making an entire Celine line of it? Oi, I don't rate that line, you know. I do not rate those Celines. Overpriced, overproduced, 200ml bottles. There is no need. Paroli says, I almost purchased Mess de Minuit this week, but I'm not sure. It's meant to be pronounced Mass, isn't it? Mas de Minuit this week, but I'm not sure about the modern formulation. Well, Etro seem to look after their fragrance. I've actually got Mas de Minuit at the back. I can see it from here. I have an eau de cologne version. I have a man in Japan looking for vintage Etro for me. He has found me, I will tell you, because I won't be getting these for a few months until he comes back to Europe. A lovely man called Raoul. I shouldn't really be telling his name, but he sent me a list today of stuff that he's found. There's a couple of Etro that he's found. One called Lemon Sorbet, which I didn't want, even though it's the eau de cologne, because I don't like lemon or sorbet. And the other one was Etra, but that was in the modern box. So, but they were cheap as chips, like 50 and 60 quid. I don't know whether I should just get the lemon sorbet because I've got Chalneur as well. I've got quite a lot of Etro. All their fragrances are really well made. They're a massively underrated designer house. Hugely underrated. But he sent me a list. He said Marc Jacobs Bang, Cartier Pasha Mint. So I bought that, or at least I put my name on it, and Shiseido Basala. Also Chapard Kazran, but I've just sold a bottle. I've just sold a bottle of half the stuff he's offering us, like Ascara Magnetism, Chapard Kazran, Kenzo Jungle Vintage. I've just sold a bottle of that. Givenchy Insensé. I've just sold a bottle of that. Marc Jacobs Bang. Don't think I've sold a bottle of that, but there's also a set of YSL Eau Libre. And it's not the what is it? It's not the, oh, fuck me. It's not the new one. It's not the one with what's our chops on the front. Is it Dua Lipa? Someone has bought me a coffee. A lot of coffee. Thank you. Someone has donated £50 Canadian. What's that smell? Who's that? I need to have a look. I can't even see. Oh my God. Everything's up in the air here, people. I can't see what I'm doing. Heads up me bum. See what's new. You have 4 new alerts. Who did this? It was Deepest Anoush. Oh, Anoush. You are too kind. I will send you some emojis. All I have to offer is blood, sweat, and emojis. I think that's what he said, isn't it? Or Churchill. That is super generous. There's far too generous. Or Crouch Ducks becoming a competitor. I could not compete, nor would I seek to. But I have been selling off quite a lot of the stuff. And today I sold off. And I'm a little bit sad. Thank you, Anoush. I say Anoush is here. Thank you, Anoush. You are far too kind. I'll have to message him. I will send nudes later. Sold this. 120ml of Midnight in Paris. £120 I sold it for. Paid 30. And the only reason I'm sad about it going, right? Only reason I'm sad about it going is the bottle. I'd buy an empty bottle of this. You know? I might message the guy and be like, look, when you've finished it, could you send us a bag? 78% volume for the eau de... Has anyone got the eau de parfum? Has anyone got the eau de parfum for comparison? It's some bottle that, you know. That's what I said in my listing for it. I was like, one of the finest perfumes ever committed to glass. No, not one of the finest perfumes. One of the finest bottles ever committed to glass. I beg your pardon. It is phenomenal. I'm going to give it a wipe down with the microfiber before I send it. It will be in rude health when this arrives. But yeah, I paid 30 quid for this, and someone's just paid 120. Down from 140 I had it up for. Always ask for more than what you're willing to accept, you know. Also, today, I won, as I was the only person bidding, I won a bottle of Ambra by L'Occitane, another massively underrated house. Hugely underrated house, L'Occitane. They don't get anywhere near the love they should. See how these influencers talking about what's it called? Parfums de smarmy. I can't believe I've just come up with that. Parfums de smarmy. Fucking Initio. Fucking Roger. Try you some L'Occitane. Very good quality fragrances. What a shot. I'm a decent shot with a bottle, I won't lie to you. Debrovice, Duchan. Let's have a look. What's everyone saying? Chaneur is another great one. Etro as a house is overall is underrated. Couldn't agree more. That is super generous. It's so generous. Joe loves the backstory to Le Bleu. That is when Guerlain was walking around in the middle of the night, wasn't it? And he decided to make a perfume that smelled like that time of night and give it to his wife. I might go for it since it's pretty cheap and not on the Etro website anymore, says Pirelli. Pardon me. I knew you spoiled the duck. He does. It's too good to us. Natalia says, we know you're selling. The question is, what are you buying? Not much. I've sold a good 40 or 50 perfumes, you know. A lot of them were like backups and stuff, you know. So I've made a lot of room there. I wanted to get my collection down to 300 separate scents. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that because I've already sold like at least 50 bottles from my collection. Like I've sold 25 on eBay and I've sold at least 25 to like friends in the com, like Greggy Boy and like other friends and stuff, people off away from eBay, and the number of perfumes, the number of separate perfumes I own has only gone down by about 20. So, well, no, it's probably gone down more like 30 or something. So a lot of those were like backup bottles, you know? And I haven't even touched the spring and summer stuff yet. But I'm getting there. I'm only a month in. This year is going to be a year of, as the collection shrinks, it shall improve. The purity shall. I don't want to say the purity. That's not great fucking words. But the quality, like the stuff that I want to wear, like the stuff I'm going to wear, is going to appear. You know. Hello, Klein. How are you? Lord Mitak, welcome to you. Adam D. Anuj is here, shaking hands. Midnight in Paris, Van Cleef and Arpels, overrated. Massively overrated. As a fragrance, it's hugely overrated. God. There's no way this fragrance is worth anywhere near, like, no, it smells like a bit like polish to me. You know, stuff like, it's got this kind of, I just don't like it. I remember I bought a decant off Greggy years ago, fucking years ago, when it first got discontinued, right? I bought a sample of the EDP, and I was like, oh, fuck that. I bought it, and I thought, shite. Richie G's texting us. We've been talking about that woman who's gone missing. Yuck. That is so creepy. I hope to find out what's happened to her, but she's clearly dead. She doesn't up and disappear and leave her 2 kids and that and the dog and a phone. You know? Fuck. On a park bench, no chance. Mate, you want to make this brisk? I'm streaming. Gonna be fucking enraging us with these talk of fucking oats for dinner. 10 pence lunches, you know. Do send the former Yugoslavia split in how many sovereigns? Whoa, 5 or 6, maybe 7, 8. A lot. Still going on about the oats. Honest to God, it ruined us. So Richie Jesus told us this outrageous tale. His wife has a colleague at work who purchased some really strong sleeping pills from the dark web because they weren't sleeping properly and they wanted to be knocked out, right? Apparently just she wanted these really strong painkillers, so she went on the dark web, got herself some, and it got delivered to her house in the post, just normal, right? And when she opened them, it came with a bag of coke and 5 joints. As like a we do this as well, by the way, you know, just for free. And I was like, what? I was like, I know people who just buy it over the internet. There's like a whole thing now. You can just buy it over the internet, you know? Like if you know the right numbers, if you know the right websites and the right thing to say, it just gets sent to your house in like a smell-proof bag. And it's the easiest thing in the world. Apparently, she kept the joints and put the coke down the toilet. Well, you would, wouldn't you? You'd be sniffing shit. You get through the post, no chance, man. Where are we? Someone is selling 15 bottles of 2014 Muscat Ravageur on Facebook. Adam says oats are good for you. It keeps you full for a longer period of time. Yes, it's high on the glycemic index. Or you can send them to Mr. Brooks' house for the special cake. Yeah, that was fucking... Fancy letting your fucking mates, like anybody, when you're famous, let you like take fucking videos of you doing drugs. Stupid. Ah, Fosco. Welcome to you. Hello, Duck. Chat. Centre of the day is Vetiver Extraordinaire, which is aptly named in your opinion. Just put you on TV laughing out loud at cat on bike. Antonio, the cat on the bike, right, is a bigger picture, but you've got to crop your I'm doing big fish, little fish cardboard box here. You can't see it, thank God. You've got to crop your image to fit the YouTube hoo-jar. And yeah, it's cut out the rest of it. It's a penny farthing. It's actually a penny farthing, would you believe? It's not like an actual bike. Well, I suppose a penny farthing is an actual bike. I had the chance of buying one of them, you know. Ah, Eugene. Yeah, buddy. Eugene did a stream at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up for a slash, and I was like, what's going on? Do you know when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, oh, God. I like turned to put my phone on, which is just the worst thing you can do. I turned and had a look at my phone, and I was like, oh, Eugene's streaming. When was he streaming? And I was like, he started streaming about 6 minutes ago. And then in the chat, he was like, oh, like, he didn't drop the fucking link in the chat. He dropped it in the WhatsApp chat. And I was like, oh, God, no. I was like, I can't. I'll be here all night. Not 5 o'clock in the morning. Lord. Oh. Interference is enjoying Desandra. Enrique says, some sports experts claim that if Yugoslavia had not split up, they would have already won the World Cup. Much soccer talent. Yeah, that doesn't surprise us. Some of the world's greatest players came from that part of the world. I love... You look at people like Sinisa Mihailovic, Robert Prozinecki, Luka Modric... Fucking just, it's continuous, it's unending. Some of the best players to ever play the game have come from that part of the world. It's fantastic. Shiva Vareen, welcome to you. How are you, my lord? You know, I'm going to try and wear this again soon. Wadasis. It's very smoky. Also, I want to wear Samsara again, you know? I'm going to have a good think about what I wear tomorrow. Tonight is the night that I take poison. So... Oh. I don't know, you see, I've got to choose my next choices because I've only got about, what? 25, 26 left? And then I'll be doing my rotation. I will be wearing in 4 weeks' time, minus a day, I will be wearing green Irish tweed. Wednesday, the 1st of March. Audrey Jane will be doing our ends. She's a geography teacher. It's still winter until March the 21st. There's no way it's winter on March the 20th. I'm not having it. Just not having it. So many poor people in the Balkans. How about amen, says Frank. How about amen? I might wear amen. I want to wear pure Tonka again as well. I really enjoyed it when I wore it. Churro says, well, it was certainly not only about religion, of course, but it played a substantial role as clerics had quite big influence on the masses. I agree with Duchamp on stupidity, Natalia says Churro. So even if it's cold outside, you still wear it on the 1st. Yes, on March the 1st, I wear green Irish tweed. On September the 1st, I wear tobacco oud, regardless of the weather. It's the only times I do this. It's the only times I do this. Oh, I've got an itchy back. Got me back scratcher. One of my most treasured possessions. Look at this thing. Awesome. I highly recommend it. If you haven't got a back scratcher, I highly recommend you get one. Oh my God. April 1st, Balenciaga pour homme. No. Balenciaga pour homme will be going into hibernation for 6 months. Balenciaga pour homme for me is definitely an autumn and winter fragrance. Very deep, very rich, very thick. Very thick. You know? Oh, excuse me. Woof. Do you change your bottles when spring comes, Rich? I certainly do. I actually did a live stream the last time I did it on September the 1st. So I might do a live stream on Wednesday the 1st and just go through it with everybody. You know? That was quite fun. I think everybody enjoyed it the last time I did it. Klein says, I only know and own current GIT. I love it a lot. Can't imagine what it must once have been. I have got the 120ml bottle version. I think my bottles are from 2015, 2016. Fabulous. I think Green Irish Tweed's one of the only ones that's held up quite well. Actually. Natalia says, I got a tiny vial of BHP. I'm going to wear it when I listen to Rich. Oh, when you visit Rich. Come and visit. Scent of the day is Cristal ADP. Fosco says, Bob, my suitable scent will be Celine Bois Dormant. I've worn it for both playoff wins, so I'll have to continue. Eugene, I'm so glad about your fragrances. I was very happy when your answer was Mitsuko and Persile's question about your favourite, although I thought that you will say Diaghilev. Diaghilev's. When a fragrance has been out for over 100 years, right? It's very... I don't know whether it's a matter of respect or whether it's a matter of reverence or whether it's a matter of deference. But I'm not sure it should be even compared to Diaghilev. I'm not sure Diaghilev, like, if Diaghilev's still out and selling in 40 years' time, 30 years' time, even 20 years' time, you know? Then maybe then we could sit and do a comparison. I just think it's too early. I think it's too early. I've been on a functional fragrance kick recently, preferring light and airy. I'm feeling a little bit like that myself, actually, at the minute. I wouldn't mind. I'm starting to think and I'm starting to think and pine for my lighter stuff now. Simply because I haven't had it. This is one of the best things. It's one of the best things about splitting my collection in two, I think, for me personally. It adds to my enjoyment of it. A little bit of self-denial, you know? A little bit of self-denial adds to the enjoyment. The question was favourite fragrance at the moment, says Eugene. Yes. This was the winter of tobacco oud for me, says Frank. Fosco says, Diaghilev is a sum of great parts. Mitsuko is greater than the sum of its parts, just my opinion. Yeah. Shiva says, I've yet to smell Mitsuko. Did I miss anything? It's pretty great. I'd struggle to wear Mitsuko. I don't feel like I can live up to it. Like, there's a lot of fragrance going on there. So, what was it? Somebody said it was one of the best balanced perfumes of all time. Mitsuko EDP is more interesting than the extra. I think mine's the EDT, but it's a vintage EDT. You know, I love the EDP of Mitsuko, says JJ. Eugene is open and honest, and that's more valuable than any fragrance. Yes. Ah, Gargiulo Agnossi, how are you, Squire? Don't know why I pronounced that in Italian. Hi all. Today I smelled the new Pure Distance M. I found it very different from the original, but very good. JJ says, I'd sooner spend my money on Grossmith than a Roger. What is Grossmith like? I was looking at Grossmith samples today from Les Santas in Britain, and I remember people talking about them, but I know nothing of the brand. Like, nothing. Shiva, never tried Mitsuko. I'd definitely try it, Shiva. Like, if you've never smelled it before, it's definitely worth trying. Is that the current Mitsuko EDP that was recently released? The one getting all the accolades along with all the classics, says Interference. I'm going to the bathroom, but I'll be back. Don't leave. Don't leave me this way. Mm-hmm. I am back. I am back. I have returned. Oh dear. What a day. Hi Rich, Centre of the Day, La Custa Diabla. Discontinued that apparently. No, sorry, that's a lie. That's an absolute lie. I beg your pardon. They've discontinued Le Participe Passé. Thank God. I think someone told me that on the stream the other day. It's absolutely shocking. It smells like cheap curry. You know what I mean? Natalia, okay, Zizo, in that case, I will send some fragrances to Ramsey, says Duchamp. The new M is completely different. They should have just named it something else. Yeah, I hate it when they do that. I really don't like it when they do that. It's not fair. It's not right. It's wrong. It's wrong. You know, shouldn't be. I say they shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's not that they shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's that they just shouldn't do that. You know, created a different fragrance. Why do you like the new M? Rich whistles like me when I'm listening to Mozart. I do like a whistle. You guys need to smell Curating. It's stunning, says Paolo. The new M is completely different. Got loads of castoreum and citriol on the dry down in the new M. Weird, the M switcheroo. It'll be a money thing, I imagine. Hola, Rich. My Mitsuko EDPs from 2014 paid like $50. It's beautiful, but I prefer Le Bleu, says Fosco. Prefer Le Bleu. I'm no longer a refugee. I'm back home looking at these glorious bottles. I'm paralysed as to what to wear, says Shiva. Wear them all. Good night, Natalia. Thank you for coming. Wow, Curating got a rating of 7.5 out of 5 in Fragrant, I guess, says Adam. That's not always necessarily it's not always necessarily an indication that something's good, although it can be. You know, didn't the Fragrantica vote something was like something absolutely shit was the best perfume of all time? The scandalous Burks. Client says wind of change. Have you just farted? I'm really intrigued by the strange old house. Any negatives aside from price? Says interference. Armani Code is being phased out. A new fragrance is coming under the same name this year, says Pradeep. Oh, epic whistle. Gurjo says, Rich, have you tried Gris Charnel from BDK? It's a guilty pleasure fragrance for me. If you like it, I'm happy for you that you like it. I do not. I thought that house was cheap and nasty. I thought it was all stinking of amber wood. I thought it was average at best. I thought Gris Charnel was the best of a bad bunch. I was really upset. I wasn't upset by it because I'm not surprised by it, so I wasn't upset, but I wasn't impressed, like, by any of them. Product says, yes, this is it. Naxos is the best niche of all time according to Fragrantica. Yeah, fuck them. Jesus. That Gris Charnel is too sweet if I remember correctly. It just all smelled like modern chemicals that I don't like, you know, just shit I don't like. Not all modern chemicals are shit, but there's just so many used badly What is going on? Why is this stuck there? Can you hear me chair making strange squeaky noises? I get that too, Rich. This is interference. The one I tried was the extract 2, I believe, but yes, the amber wood was heavily pronounced. Hello, Pat Lester. You are wearing Heritage EDT, the Listerine edition. Fosco says, interference dead of night is like the night, but way better. Melt My Heart is a great buttery iris oud, and Fall into Stars is a great amber oud. Laudermiel is in a league of his own. I think Laudermiel is one of those people who makes modern fragrances better than, like, he's definitely in form, you know? He's definitely in form. Like, it feels like he's one of the good guys. Maurice Roussel, for me, has fallen from a great height. Like, almost everything I've smelled from him that he's released in the last 3-4 years has been shit. Like, really poor. I'm very fond of Gris Chanel extract in my dumb reach section. I need to wear some Vert d'Anson. Maybe some opium, maybe some Femme Rochas before I put that away. Some more Balenciaga Pour On, but I've worn a lot of that this year. I wouldn't be surprised if Balenciaga Pour On was my most worn fragrance of autumn and winter 22-23. Who needs Fragrantica when we have a live encyclopedia with Eugene, Rich, Ramsey, JJ, Jonathan, Rachel, and Anoush? From the notes and descriptions, I whittled it down to Fall into Stars and Dead of Night. Do they give free samples with purchases of a bottle? Who are we talking about? I've only purchased second house, but I emailed them for those prices. They better. Second hand, as Fosco says. I'll tell you what I think I'm going to do next. I'm going to do Aedes de Venustus, because they sent me all of their samples. All of them. I'm also looking forward to spring and summer, because I am going to be wearing Iris Nazarena. Sent for this rainy returning day, Vintage Obsession. I think I'm looking to sell my Vintage Obsession too. Not huge on my obsessions. Me Vintage Obsessions. I've got two. I've got a spray and I've got a splish. I don't know. I'm thinking of using them in the spring and the summer to see if they wear better in them, and if they don't, I might just part with them, like, you know. Obsession for men or women? For men. Is Iris Nazarena the one that smells cigar-like? Not to me, Nick. Oh, you are still in the grips of winter. Not in 3 weeks' time, I won't be, mate. The green one from Aedes de Venustus, I think it's called Signature, is on my never-ending list, says Fosco. They've changed the bottles, mate. Like, they're all like that colour now. I think they're all like that bluey, greeny sort of colour. I beg your pardon. Benji says, interference. When I purchased directly from Strangelove in New York, they wouldn't send me samples. Tight gits. Pat says, Rich, I was thinking of sampling the Celine line. Most importantly, night clubbing. But I was wondering if you sampled night clubbing, and what did you think of it? I did, and I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of any of those Celines, not enough to part with the money for them. I've got Dior Homme. Don't need them. Know what I mean? I think they're really average. No, I think they're above average, but below their asking price. They're trying to put themselves up there with Chanel and Dior, and they're not worth that. They're all extremely samey. And they've all got the Slim-On-Ard, or the Slim-Ard, you know? The Heidi Slim-Ard. And it's just boring as all fuck. Evening, Rich. Welcome, Tim Wilcox. How are you? I found some real oat moss the other day and put it in a bag, and the smell is great. Usually it's up a tree. Iris Nazarena is the best. Dark, stately iris. Have you ever smelled Iris Sondra by Naomi Goodsir? That's the best iris concrete, iris butter type fragrance I've smelled. It is sensational. Obsession for men, says Sheba. Rich, have you tried anything from the House of Floriaiku? No, but I wouldn't mind. I also want to try these Strange Loves. I wouldn't mind seeing if they've got a sample set. I bet they don't. By green one I meant vegetal. Sorry, mate. I feel I'm getting a Eugenard with Cassandra. Is there a Eugenard? Ooh, what an outrageous statement. Is there a Eugenard? Piney. I get a lot of pine from Cassandra. It's interesting going back to Deluric Skis after you haven't smelled it for a while. My bottles are running low because I fucking spread the love throughout the United Kingdom. But it will still take me a while to get through these. Is there a Eugenard? Hard to tell. Now then, Stephen Tampton. What's happening? There's so much out there, says Robin. Oh, there's so many perfumes. Oh, there's so few that are good. You know what I mean? I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the fucking Les Abstraits once like winter's over. Pardon me. I have a decision to make. Juilliard. What we sniffing? Couldn't possibly say. Iris Nazarena is very leathery, says Bosco. Yeah, it's definitely got that leathery kind of vibe to it. Bryce says Celine's are sensational. You all wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it, young man. Iris Sondra is a little too plantain waxy. It's definitely got that kind of like concretey, like liquid concrete sort of colour I get from it. That's Timbuktu. That's coming out in spring and summer too. Where is it? It was over here the last time I seen it. Where the fuck am I up there? Oh, fuck for that. Oh, there's me Massidaminwe. Not even back there. That must be that. That's Palais Jamais, that. Iris Sondra's outrageous. No, I'm not selling Timbuktu. I was never selling Timbuktu. I'm selling Zonka. Not a great fragrance, that. Just make it make sense, like. Zonka's a strange concoction. Ramsey looked as like it had two heads when I said that I didn't like it. Oh! Where's my chair going? By all these years of discovering and collecting, I'm still overwhelmed by all these houses and perfumes. Yes. So much out there. There's abstruse, some of the strongest perfumes in my collection, says Bry. Client says, I started my journey 1.5 years ago, about 100 different fragrances. Now I'm on a no-buy and I'm able to appreciate what I have. Good man. I have nightclubbing and enjoy it, says Interference. I've not tried any others, but I would like to check them out. They don't do a sample set, which is very dickish of them. Tim Whitlock says, I have a sample of Elisandra and my skin kills it stone dead, unfortunately. I bought Bois d'Assis and Nuit de Bakelite, which I think are superb. Even I like Nuit de Bakelite, and I don't like tuberose. And I still think that's an indication of how good it is. You know what I mean? It's a good house, apart from, I mean, fucking couple of them are shit. I really didn't like Eau de Sorel, and I didn't like the fucking Corpus Equus one either. Oh, I got myself a sample of Cardinal by Healy today. I also got a sample of Ensalade by Marc-Antoine Bawau. Start my journey, so I have a sample. Brian not backing off, still Vintage Timbuktu is my scent of the day today, says Stephen. He was calling my name, also a little mild at the day. It's windy now. Eris has a new release coming soon. Ooh. Who is it that's got it? I think it's Hades de Venustus has got a, like, Rose Arcasia. Is that Hades de Venustus? Sell me Zonka, says Bry. Come pick it up, bitch. Out my cold, dead hands. Lewis says Elisandra is the closest thing to the Unicorn Iris Gris by Jacques Foth. Oh shit, Eugene. Shocking how much Tobacco Vanille smells like vintage tea for two. Ooh, I bought a bottle of vintage tea for two, but I'd misread the advert for it. And it was a 50ml of vintage Timbuktu, right? It was a 50ml of vintage Timbuktu that had half left in it, and it was 75ml of Passage d'Enfer. And I just fucking got in touch with the bloke, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, mate, I don't want it anymore." Like, he hadn't sent it out or anything. And I was like, "Sorry, I've got to cancel the order." I don't think he was very pleased, but fuck that. I don't want these two fragrances. I just wanted the one. I thought I was getting a full bottle. It was the way that it was the way that it was in the advert. There was the box for the 50ml tea for two next to the full bottle of Passage d'Enfer, and I was like, that's what I thought I was getting. I thought I was getting a full bottle. I hadn't read it properly. It was my own fault, but I don't want that other one. And I've bought the tea for two by itself. Fucking 30 quid, 40 quid, 25ml, perfect. I'm not buying whatever this Passage d'Enfer. I don't care how good it is. I want to smell it first. I'm still waiting for the Canadian Post to finish their crack break and send me my bottle. I'm just sat next door, says Stuber. I don't like Ensalada. When I was at Scent Bar last summer, I tried so many though. I need to pick up a sample and take my time with it. The Tuberose and Champs Luminaire by Rogue is beautiful. Oh, the 7th of February. I might try and weasel my way onto that live stream. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to weasel my way onto that live stream, although I am very much looking forward to it. Just picked up Jersey, lovely lavender, says Micah. Zonka is dry. Larry Zonka was crazy, motherfucker. I do not understand that Zonka. I might spend the fucking summer with it and just see if I can wrap my head around it, like. But yikes, it's just, what is it? I'll tell you what it is, it's not great, that's what it is. Can't stand Zonka, says Fosco. Someone sell me Zonka, says Bry. Hush. Come over here and get it yourself, bitch. Rich is selling his, I am selling mine. He ran through walls, says Interference. Is it bad that I haven't sampled Tower fragrance? Yes, yes. Am I missing out on the phenomenon of Tower? Yes. Lead Desert Marocain, Accord de Desert, Lone Star Memories. Just try those three. And then if you like them, everything else isn't as good as that, frankly, if you want the truth. They're the three best by quite some distance. In my opinion, I should say. I don't know if you can hear that noise. That's my jaw clicking. Jersey's like baby powder. I don't like powder. Powder, some powder is alright in a way, you know, some isn't. I'll send you the money and you hold onto it for me for the local pickup sound. Send it on. $200. Incense Extreme, Rich not a fan, and Incense Rose and Sundowner are great, says Interference. I've got Incense Rose and it really is very nice. I like that one. Yes. Love Incense Rose, says Eugene. Incense Rose is very good. Very dry. And then it's got that kind of wet rose. Like the rose seems extra wet even though it's not in and of itself. It just seems that way juxtaposed against the incense, which is fucking, I don't know, the rose is so, the incense is so dry and it feels like if you were to touch it, it would just disintegrate, just turn into particles of fucking thin air, you know? Mr. Glass Richard. I do feel a bit like Mr. Glass, to be fair. The man, the myth, the manly. Keith, what's happening? But I seen says Rose. Better than Rose de Jamal. No. Last spring I really much enjoyed my sample of L'air des Alpes Suisse by Andy Tower, says Robin. I haven't tried that one, I don't think, actually. Friends of the pub last night appreciated my vintage Equipage, and one said he has some Bellamy from the 80s. I need to get it off him. Yes, you do. I have got a vintage Equipage somewhere, which I am going to be parting with. I believe that it is in my... spring and summer. Scent of the day is Leonard Porum. Dried out rose petals and frankincense, says Eugene. Scent of the day Leonard Porum, says Keith. Cheers, Duck. I am selling vintage Equipage too. Woo! I just don't think it's all that. If I'm being perfectly honest, I don't think it's all that at all. Not a bit of it. I think it's a bit average. Maybe I just don't see it. you know, but I'm happy to let it go. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. That is some good water. Canadians are protesting Walker's crisps price increase. Not surprised. Robin says, I adore Leonard Boron. Interference says, but equipage geranium is the duck's knees. The ducks have knees? I've got knees. So I suppose it's true. Hot take is I like equipage much more than Bellamy, says Fosco. That is an extremely hot take. Fosco, stop that, says Eugene. Ram said he likes equipage geranium more than vintage equipage. I'm really looking forward to wearing geranium pour monsieur. Rocker Bar is one of the first modern fabrics to overload on the amber wood. Even the vintage is shocking. Ugh, I've never liked it. Even though it came with that fucking little blanket, which I thought was cool. You know? For keeping the horse warm. Ah, Lils is here. How are you keeping? Oh, Timbuktu with your shit lid. Oof. I will see if I can. There's Absolute Polar Swab, which I haven't worn this yet. Helmut Lang Eau de Cologne, I haven't worn that either. Smolto, I've barely touched that, although I'm starting to think this is more of a spring fragrance. Oh, just yeah, round this. Just wear this whenever. I fucking love this stuff. That is my M7, which I always swear I'm going to wear more often and then never do. It's got such myrrh in it. It reminds me loads of Iris Fauve. It's just like Iris Fauve, but better. There's my M7 Oud Absolute. And right at the back, quack, here is my Leonard Porom. It has not got much left in. Not as much as it used to, anyway. Not a big fan, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't know if you can tell how much is left in there, actually. I reckon we're bringing the League Cup home, Rich. Fuck knows. Terrifying, that is. That's going to keep us awake. That's not for another 3 weeks now. Fuck. Bellamy Vetiver is better than Bellamy, is better than Rocker Bar, is better than Equipage, says Eugene. Perfume and Aroma Fresh is any good, says Pradeep. They're worth sampling. Not easy to get samples of them, though. Essenza Nobile does them. They're like decants rather than samples, though. But Rich Hermes must be an official sponsor at Ascot. Yes, I wouldn't have thought so. I don't know what the case is about that. I really don't. Oh, sorry, that was me being a horse. Helmut Lang, with your big helmet. And Absolute Polar Swab. Helmut. Malamute Lang. Is Leonard really like Van Cleef and Arpels Porom? Kinda. Hello, Lils. Welcome. Big smile. Thundra by Perfume and Aroma is very unique mint patchouli. I need to wear that again. I like mint and patchouli together. Lil Sis. I am going to go downstairs. Why didn't Rockabot get a makeover? I don't know. Too shit, you can't polish a turd. That's harsh. I don't know that I feel that strongly about it, to be honest. Okay. Give me a few minutes. I have to go downstairs and take some poison. I'll be back. Talk amongst yourselves. Don't leave. I'm back. And I'm chewing, which I shouldn't be doing. Okay. Wow. I got loads of likes when I was away. That doesn't bode well. Not to worry. So now I have to take more tablets. I just took 8 poisons. Now I must take 5. Oh, fuck off. Now I must take 5 more tablets. Christ on a bike. I'll start rattling when I walk soon. I haven't been keeping up with the chat this time, so I will have to catch up in a second. Apologies. Wow. I'm back. Good night, Joe. Thank you for coming. Duck going to check his vintage stash, says Brody. I am. Joe says, don't forget to lick the stream. That may be why people have licked the stream, because Joe asked. And Joe is very nice. And it's very difficult to say no to Joe. How's the old vetiver, says Fosco? Pass, I don't know. Mick says, lick and subscribe. Interference says, loved the old vetiver, it grew on me after a few weeks. Is it not just like a vetiver fragrance? Like, what's special about it? What makes it like good? Rockabye, everything is gonna be alright. Rockabye tune. Do you guys get the coffee note? Sounds interesting. Do you get pizza delivery or do you pick up, says Bob? No, I don't actually. I buy... There's a supermarket in this country called Asda, and they do these create-your-own pizzas, and they are far superior to any, like, pizza delivery company at all. They're fucking brilliant. They taste clean. Like, they taste much cleaner than other ones, which taste really oily. I think it's because they use really cheap shit cheese. And Eugene says, what is the verdict on Violet Valinka? Steven says £4 as well for like a 40-inch. Absolutely. So much cheaper. Steven knows. Asda pizzas are fucking sensational. You get exactly what you want as well. You know what I mean? Brady says, I'm neutral on Violet Valinka. Good, but won't buy a full bottle. Interesting. Ooh, 34 people watching and 34 likes. I love out like that. Oh, there's 2 people fucked off. £4, says Bob. Honestly, mate, they're amazing. Should we have a sniff of these Maison Rabachis? Maison Ubitu. So that's Joyeux Osmanth, right? It's not very good, and I don't like it, but it's not as shit as I first feared it was going to be. Right? I thought by this time it would have dried down to some fucking heinous woody amber crap. And it's not as bad as I feared. I can't lie. This has got a lot worse. This has turned into a dry woody amber. This is Queer Tassili. And I'm getting that dry starchiness I was talking about, you know, musty. That's what amber would smell like to me. They smell musty. Like if you walked into like an ancient fucking loft and dust had just been there for fucking tens of decades is what they're called. Jesus. Musk panache. Meh. 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 It's a bit like Uncut Gem, but not as heinous. So if you like Uncut Gem, you should be in an insane asylum. But apart from that, fucking, you might like Musk Panache. Bois d'enfant. Bois d'enfant. I got very French there. Channeled me inner Gaelic there. Me inner Gaul. It's got a touch of blueness about it. A little bit of fruit. And when I say a touch of blueness about it, I do mean I just got a slight reminder there of like, I mean, it would be the best blue fragrance ever made. Like, I mean, maybe I've been a bit harsh on it there. What am I thinking? I asked myself that question many times. Had a good spray of Violette Valenca. Really good, but £225? You know, I really want a 200ml bottle of Amber Narguil. I've got a 200ml bottle of Santal Messiah. I've got a 200ml bottle of Vetiver Tonka. And I want a 200ml bottle. I've only got a 100ml bottle of Amber Narguil, which is upsetting. Very good fragrance. I really like Amber Narguil. I wore it last week. Fucking fabulous. No, I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass on Bois d'Enfant. I'm not going to be wearing any of these. I'm just going to try the Feu Patchouli and the Feu. And what's the other one? The Rose Rabachi. Rose You Bitch You. It's actually, do you know what it is? The longer the day went on, the better that smelled, honestly. I was like, ooh, impressive. Nice. Very impressive. Let's see Maison Rabachi's rose. I nearly fucked that up there when I said it. Anyhow, let's have a look. Bois d'Enfant, go back in the order you can. The way the Lord intended. But Allah, behave yourself. A Musk Panache. Nice colour, Musk Panache, I'll give it that. That kind of Cherenkov radiation blue. Queer to silly. You let me down, you silly queer. That's what I call. That's what I call Dura Rose. I got these samples when I got my vintage perfume in today, which I'll be doing a video on tomorrow. And this is Aria di Mare by Il Profumo. And I got Vetiver de Sable by fucking Montal. That is not how to get my business again. Fuck me. Oh, also I got Eau Duel. Better. This is the Eau de Toilette. I really wouldn't mind trying the Eau de Toilette of Veloutes either. You know? Hope I can get nose on Folinka at Bloomingdale's. They are phasing out stocking Hermes Essence. Yikes. Jump on them before they fucking pie them all off. Aria di Mare. Does anybody have any experience of this house or this fragrance? Haughty concentration. Very haughty. Haughty. Shite. Why? This is not the way. Oh, Maru. Why have you done this? You bitch, you. Everything Ooh, it's a dipping sample as well, like a dabber. So we all know what that can do. I think Smurfy Girl is going to get this Versace set. I'm fucking almost certain, unless one of these two, either Faux Patchouli or Rose Versace does something absolutely insane on my skin, that she can have them. Bless her. Because they'll not be sticking around here. Do you know what I was thinking about? Yeah, this is going in the bin, it's fucking shit. Yeah, it's fucking crap, that. It's just a pointless fucking exercise, even smelling that any further, to be honest. I was thinking about back when YouTube fragrance community was in its earliest days, and I mean its earliest days, right? And there used to be a box that all the reviewers in America and Canada used to send round to each other, right? And it had all different samples. They would all take out and put in different samples all the time and send them to each other, right? I remember Robes talking about this, and I always thought that was fucking mint. I thought that was cool as fuck, right? So my little plan is, whenever I get a sample set now and I'm done with it, I'm just going to fucking pass it on to someone. And I gave the Villarese sample set to Smurfy Girly. I gave the January Scent Project to Peter. What else did I do? I gave Smurfy Girly another sample set, of which I cannot remember for the life of us. And I also gave Peter another sample set, which I also can't remember for the life of us. But to be fair, Peter sent us so much shit over the years. I'm probably still in fucking debt to him. Cafe latte for Rich Mitch. Oh, I don't drink coffee. The last time I had one, I was fucking violently sick. You don't remember? I'm looking forward to wearing this Vile Pour On. Not that it's vile. I just pronounce it vile. It could be vile. Oh. Prodip says, I think they had a good patchouli. Eris declared that's the one. Well remembered, Lily. Eris. Oh, Eris Saunders, fucking beautiful. I'm not sure she liked any of them that much, did she? She wasn't blown over by them. Oh, I'll tell you what. That is Beau de Jour by Tom Ford. I am going to try and batter this. Got myself a decanter. I told you the story. I paid fucking signature prices for a fucking private blend decanter. Awesome. If there was more, I would have bought it. But there was but one. There could be only one. Oh, I'm getting tired. Bob, you'll like Valenka Violet and Buttery Leather Violet. Yikes. Lily, what is your scent of the night, says Duson. Sorry, that fucking Aria de Mare is going to have to go in the bin. It's fucking dink. What's it supposed to be? Let's have a look. Aria de Mare. Il Profumo. It's marine. Yes, totally. Dyer's green weed. Top notes are C notes. Middle notes are Dyer's greenweed, lily, and floral notes. Outrageous. Base notes are tiara flower and musk. It's absolute dog shit. It really is quite a bad perfume, that. What is Montal's shtick? It is a veritable. Has anybody smelled the Pierre Montal, you fucking rascal. C notes, Indian spices, vetiver, and mahogany. Oh, fuck off, man. Oh, Pierre Montal. Yeah, he looks like what he is, doesn't he? Crook. I forgot what I was going to say there. Sorry. Oh, this is a dabber as well, you shithouse. Montal, Paris. I'm going to be fucking crowing about that about you. I hate it. I'm not even going to put it on stick. No. No. Shite. Go in the bin. We know what Odwell smells like. That can go in the sample bag, of which there are many. Sidra Samba. Here we go. Back to hooves. Back to hooves. Hooves-soever. Dyer's Greenwood is basically Gannett. Broom, says JJ. Broom, I understand. Kerosene follow for Lily. I want to smell followed. I might have to actually get in touch with the brand and just be like, John, how are son? You know, I've bought a sample set off you before. I bought perfume from you. I love follow. I really do. I'm going to wear that again soon. I might actually wear that tomorrow. But I'm not buying followed blind. Send me a sample, my lord. Just of that. His sample set's an absolute pig to smell as well, you know. Because it's all tiny little vials. And it's like, why have you done this? Just make normal samples up. He's got loads of fragrances as well. Loads of fragrances. You know? Right, when I got the sample set, there must have been at least 25, 20 probably. Which is a lot of fragrances. If you're going to go through them all. Took me a few weeks. Took me weeks to go through the zoologist sample set, and there was 20 in there. I also want to smell the new stuff that he's released. I want to smell Cardinal. Not the Healy Cardinal. I want to smell Cardinal. I want to smell... I would take Awake over Follow. Ooh. I like ink. I want to buy ink. I think I'll buy that. I want to buy ink. I'm pretty sure about that. I also gave away my samples of Acro to someone. I can't remember who. I think it might have been Peter Kokorin, but I might be wrong. Get Lily on. Get bent. I will not. And you know, on the last stream, I talked myself out of buying Black Phantom as well. Talk myself out of buying Black Phantom. Le Duc. Le Quack. Le Feather. Seductive released a fucking tune today. You know the channel Seductive? The guy who's got a duck. He released a song today. Fucking hell, I must have listened to it about 10 times. It was really weird at first. And then I was like, well, I'm actually quite like, you know, I'm enjoying this. Yeah, I think Black Phantom is Frederick Marles, Dries Van Noten with a headache note. And I'm not a massive fan of Dries Van Noten. And the prices are fucking sickening. It fucking winds me up. Vetiver Veritas is great. Who's that by, Robin? Ah, am I aware fucking Tom Ford's Noir Anthracite? Oh. This was a fabulous fragrance. Still is a fabulous fragrance. It's just not available anymore. Excuse me. There is an auction on next week, so I may have to save my money for buying something outrageous from there. Last time I went to the auction, what did I buy? I bought one thing. Oh God, what was it? Oh, I can't remember. Is it over there? No, it's not over there. I definitely bought something. It was like 50 quid. Oh, I'm going to have to go and have a look. Oh, I bought a couple of humidors. That's right. I bought a couple of humidors. Not that I smoke or anything like that, but one of them was a lacquered box. So I thought, I'll have that. It is from Healy, says Robin. Vetiver Veritas. Oh, my buyer has paid for their midnight in Paris. So that's fun, and now they can have it. Healy Cardinal is good. Well, I've got a sample of that coming. Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Sick, says Fosco. I think it's really nice. Tim Wilcox says, I'm actually in charge of counting ducks for Greater Manchester. Seriously. Outrageous. I love a lacquered box. I bought these 2 lacquered photo albums as well, which I'm going to put my woodblock prints in. My smaller woodblock prints. I've got some bigger ones which you need framing. But I've got some woodblock prints that need to go up on the wall. I need to frame them, but I've got some smaller ones that I want the framers to put into my book, which will be nice. Excuse me. I'm sorry. The ghosts are making an appearance now. The wind is coming in. Queer Plain Fleur from Healy, but that's discontinued, says Robin. Don't think I have smelled it. Don't think I've heard of it before. I thought my vintage perfume that I got today was getting held up in customs, but turns out it hasn't been, and it was dropped off quite early. Product says might get Costume National Scent Intense from Italy for cheap. Quite a good designer floral tea fragrance. Costume National are a good brand. They are a good brand, be left in no doubt. I'll tell you what I wore this week that I haven't worn for a long time. And it's a vintage, and it's a patchouli, and it's right here. And it's a Givenchy Gentleman. Fabulous. Scratchy, pissy. Fucking... I didn't get that much piss today. Tim Whitlock says Cardinal is fantastic, smells like an Anglican church at Christmas. Dura Rose was telling me that Lavs was better, but I know he loves that brand. I know where I can get that actually with 20% off, so I don't know. I think Avignon, Spy and Mash sent me a bottle of Avignon for nothing, God bless him. And JJ says BDK Parfums and Matcha Premier. I agree. That said, what is there to come? Oh shit, the bed only fell off my chair. One moment, please, JJ, brace yourself. Ooh. Deva from Bros Fragrance sent me this for nothing because he is one of the loveliest people in the world. It is Mathieu Premier's sample set. I will be destroying these at some point soon. Fear not. Although there is one. Look, it's a fantastic setup, this, by the way. Brilliant, if I'm being honest. So, it's just not the best made. So you get this, right? Falcon leather. You already know that I'm going to shit all over that because it's awful. And then they come with a little sprayer separate. The rascals. I don't know how big you are. How big are you? What size are you? Tell me. 0.2 ounces. What's that in real money? 0.20 fluid ounce. Is that like 5 mil? This is shit. I hate these. No, well, I hate Falcon leather. Yeah, it's crap. It's just amber wood. It's just fucking amber wood masquerading as a perfume. There is one, though, that does intrigue me. It doth. And it's this. Enfant Suave. Dura Rose has a massive... It smells like death warmed over, yeah. It smells like dry and dusty death. It's like that speech from Macbeth, isn't it? All our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. That's Falcon leather. That line was written for Falcon leather. I love the setup, though. I love this fucking setup. It's so cool. Enfant Suave. This is apparently quite good. Dura Rose has a soft spot for it, so I'm intrigued by it. If only to tell him that he's wrong and that I think it's shite. So I've just spread a little bit on my... Why do I want to say cheek? It's not, it's my wrist. That is not bad. I do not hate that. I prefer Incense Avignon. I saw JJ say he had a soft spot for... I have a soft spot for Avignon. That and Kyoto have been in my life for 13 years. I get that. That's why I've still got a bottle and bought a vintage bottle of fucking Tommy Hilfiger for men. It is what it is. Like, there's no explaining it. It's an emotional attachment. You know what I mean? I bought a vintage bottle of Tommy for men. What are you doing? I wouldn't care. It hasn't changed that much. It's a little bit full of the old one, but like, You could easily go out to the shop and buy a bottle of Tommy for Men and not feel like you're missing out. Oh, I'm going to put the lid on these because I will shit on you another day, Aurelian. Total cash grab from Aurelian Guichard, isn't it? Total cash grab. He wants some of that fucking Coeur de Jean fucking money. I only enjoy Guichard's work with Robert Piguet, says JJ. I have a review on Fragrantic of a Sagamore. Do you know, I was offered a bottle of Sagamore by a news and I turned it down. And fucking, what was it? The brand that released Sagamore had turned down Cool Water. Wasn't it? That's what had happened. They turned down Cool Water and went with Sagamore. Crazy. Only Lancome I own is Queer and it's quite good. That is actually a nice fragrance. I've smelled it. I have smelled it. I don't own a bottle, never have. It goes for fucking mad money now, though. Queer de Lancome. It goes for fucking silly money. It's a good idea, JJ. Speak. It's always better, I find, when... It's always better when people speak from a place of, like, passion I can't speak about. I struggle to separate emotion. I always find my fucking reviews are better, or my talking about fragrance. That's why I think the first impressions videos don't, like, in YouTube terms, do well. Because it's like, I haven't got any attachment. And it's why I take a long time to get around to certain fragrances to talk about them. I've got to discuss the attachment. I would have loved to locate a vintage of Lancome Envol. Lancome. Oh, why have I done that? My phone's done nothing to me. I've just launched it across the room. Queer was still there for €100 last year in France's Pradip. Have I heard of vintage Lancome Sagamore Eau de Toilette from the 86? Not a single English review on this YouTube. Some call that a masterpiece. It's not a masterpiece. It's not even remotely close to being a masterpiece. I've all but given up on a bottle of Balafré. I'd be happy with a mini at this point. I was offered a bottle of Balafré by an Italian man. The same man who sold Ramsey his big bottle of fucking 50s or 60s Cuir de Russie. I can ask him if he's still got it if you want. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't, though. I've still got his number. Yeah, no, he's not. He's not got a problem with people fucking... Where is he? Where are you? Oh, he's not that far back. Antonio, that's what he was called. Sure, it all depends on the price. Yeah, he wasn't cheap, mind. I'll give him that. I'll just put you on him if you like. Oh, away. There's definitely bottles of Balafré there. Oh, fuck. I've deleted the messages from him, but I'm sure he had a bottle of Balafré. I'll text him. Hello. I hope you are well and haven't died. No, I'm not saying that. I'm thinking it, though. Do you remember me? I bought some fragrances a while ago. You had a bottle of Balafré. Who was it by? Who was Balafré by? If you don't mind. And then I hope to just discover a Balafré at an antique mall or something like that. Lancome. Okay, Lancome. I'll tell him. By Lancome. Do you still have it? Do you know what the fucker did? Do you know what he did once? This fucker, right? I'm not kidding. We agreed that I would buy these fragrances off him, right? And before I'd fucking paid them, he sent them to us. The motherfucker. He sent me them, and I hadn't paid for them. If I was a shit, I'd have done off. But at that point, he knew I couldn't return them. The absolute rascal. So I'm hoping he doesn't take this as me, because if he sends them to me, yikes. You had a bottle of Balafra by Lancôme. Do you still have it? I do have a friend in the US. I have a friend in the States who would be interested. Don't you dare send it to me, you shithouse. Well, the message has got through, so his phone's on. I beg your pardon. I know it's 10 o'clock at night and it's probably 11 o'clock in Italy, but he had this thing for fucking messaging us back at like 3 o'clock in the morning, so he can't fucking complain, can he? Anyhow, it is that time of night. He seduced him. What the fuck did you do, Rich? Says Aaron. You seduced him. I didn't seduce him. He just gave us them. There's also Balafra Vert and Brun from Balafra. Ah, you motherfucker. He sent me a voice message.
Obviously, I remember you, Richard. I have it, but unfortunately, you can't ship anymore alcohol from Italy because they do the test in the Milan hub airport.
Oh, you bastard. Oh, no. He says you can't ship from Italy anymore because they do the test in the Milan hub. Fuck. That is upsetting. That was a fucking short play. He's got it. He got it. Do you know anyone from Italy who could send you it? The world is getting smaller once again. It's ridiculous, that. I want to find a way. I get buy shit from people from Italy all the time, man. It's him that's being targeted. I have friends in Italy. Jesus, that's ominous. Ramsey can do it. Ramsey can't do it, man. It'd be the same with Ramsey. He needs somebody in Italy who will ship to him into America. I know someone in Italy, but he won't ship to America. He shipped to me. We'll find a way around. I enjoy shit like this. I make him an offer he can't refuse, says Ferroli. That's right. That is right. Yeah. I wouldn't care. I bought some shit off him literally like 6-7 months ago. I will send to Ramsey whatever he wants, says Dusan. Probably in that accent. We'll sort something out. We'll get around this, don't worry. Ram Sex. Sounds like a metal band. Right, it's that time again, friends. That bottle of Balafra has been sat there for ages. Don't be sorry, Dusa. It's fine. No, it's fine. We'll sort something out. We'll get something done. There's got to be someone in Italy. The Italians, I've always had great luck with the Italians buying, you know. Even him sending a shit that I didn't fucking particularly ask for. Pumpkin perfume time. I mean, it's galling that there's a bottle there and somebody wants it and he just can't get it to him, you know? I'll tell you one thing, and it still makes me think this. How many people around the world can speak English and how many English people can't speak a foreign language? Well, fucking shite at it. And English is not an easy language to learn. What fragrance from Italy are we talking about? Balafra by Lancôme. JJ would like a bottle, and I'm all about uniting people with bottles that they've wanted for years. I'm all about that shit. I think that shit's great. Balafre, bro, I just got here. Galen, you got shit timing. Galen's got that picture up, right? But it's a fraudulent picture because Galen's had his hair cut. He just needs to label it as body lotion. No, apparently they've got they do the tests now. You know, the Americans are very concerned about what's coming into their country, such like the Brits are. So they've got people at customs. I think what's happened is that they know this guy who sends it is sending perfume, because I've had loads of stuff arrive to me. I do know as well that my other Italian seller does not like sending stuff to the States because he won't ship to Ramsey. You know what I mean? Hello, Bronick. You're just in time for me to say goodbye. Sorry, mate. But it is that time for me to say goodbye, friends. I'm a tired duck. I've taken poison. I'm sort of starting to feel it coursing through my veins. Tomorrow I will do an unboxing of a particularly rare and outrageous beast. So we will see. I will see you then. JJ will sort this out. Don't worry. We'll get round it somehow. The problem is I have a feeling it's easier to get it out of Italy than it is to get it out of the UK. You know what I mean? The shit and the hell I had on with fucking getting stuff to Ramsey. If you know anybody who's coming to the UK, I don't mind fucking getting it and just waiting until you know someone. Hints, says Aaron. Well, if you want to come over, Aaron, I'd be happy to meet you. But yes, now I am going to go this time. UK's ironclad says interference. It's absolutely shocking how shit hot they are. It's such a kick in the tits. I don't know why they're being like that. Rich, what fragrance do you want? Oh, I've been asking myself that question for fucking months at this time, Dusan. I would keep complaining to Ramsey all the time. I'm like, I can't think of anything to buy. You know what I mean? But I keep managing it. Don't worry. But there's nothing hanging over us like that vintage derby. I wanted that shit. I was ready to go. You know what I mean? And I got it in the end. I got what I wanted. And that's why I keep checking all these different sample sets from all these different brands in the hope that I'm going to find something. I sound like Dr. Sam Beck. And it's like hoping each time that the next fragrance will be the fragrance that will cure the addiction. That's not what I'm doing, to be fair. I'm just curating my collection a bit at the minute. Time to shrink it down, which I have been doing. And only adding shit that is like outrageous, like that Giorgio Beverly Hills VIP, which is a bit of a fucking sledgehammer, actually, if I'm being honest. Oh, soapy oak moss, soap moss, and patchouli. Very outrageous. I think Boss Number 1 might be a spring and summer fragrance as well, you know. I know that Rich wants a big 200ml bottle of Knisa 10. No Pot d'Espagne, a vintage Pot d'Espagne, yes. Otherwise I can just buy it myself, man. I'd rather use somebody who's willing to do stuff like that to get something that I can't usually get, you know what I mean? With EDT inside the circle. Is that how you know it's vintage, is it, Dushan? That's good knowledge. I like that. Anyway. I'm going this time, honestly. Yes, it is. Nice one. Thank you, Dushan. And thank you, everybody, for watching tonight. It has been emotional. It hasn't actually been that emotional, but it's been good. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. Thank you all, and I will see you all again